Hello, and welcome, or perhaps welcome back to this channel, Mr. TraveLux. Today, we are diving into the top 10 most frequently asked questions that I get asked about Sandals Montego Bay Resort. Hey there, if we haven't met before, my name is Addison. I'm the founder and CEO of Reliant Destinations and mycaribbeanluxury.com. Thank you so much for stopping by this channel, Mr. TraveLux. Here on this channel, we like to make sure that you have all of the insights that you need before headed to that perfect tropical paradise vacation. My team and I at Reliant Destinations, we offer 100% complimentary concierge services, allowing you to take advantage of the best service and of course, making sure you have the best value guaranteed each step of the way. You can reach out to my team and I at any time at hello@reliantdestinations.com. Again, that's hello@reliantdestinations.com. We would love to help you any way possible. Before we dive into this video as well, I would like to mention we have a new tool on our website, mycaribbeanluxury.com again. And on that website, it is a special quiz that allows you to answer just a few questions and see which of the properties is best suited for what you're hoping to accomplish in your vacation. Each of the properties is very different, and you'll discover some of that in this video today. But in general, that's a really great tool to help you see which of the Sandals or beaches resorts best align with your ideal vacation. So make sure to have a peek at that tool. But for now, let's go ahead and dive straight into this video, which is the top 10 most frequently asked questions that I get asked about Sandals Montego Bay Resort. Let's go. Question number one. This is kind of a twofold question. So it is this resort as close to the airport as people say? And does plane noise affect the experience? So the answer, especially the first part of that answer, is going to be yes, it is very close to the airport, which for me, by the way, is great. Reliant Destinations, our headquarters for the Caribbean, actually is just across the road from Sandals Royal Caribbean, which is just another 3 to 5 minutes down the road further from this resort. And so for me, being able to be at the office within 5 or 10 minutes from leaving the airport is truly fantastic. But also, there's a lot of people that don't really want to have a long drive, especially if you only have a limited vacation and you don't want to spend some of that doing an hour and a half commute across an island, for example. So for those kind of people, this is perfect. It's right there. You don't have to worry about that. Now, is there aircraft noise? The answer would be yes. The truth is yes, there is. But is it disturbing? Well, that depends on who you ask. This resort is really, really high rated. And so I say as long as you come in with the understanding that there will be the occasional aircraft that passes low, which by the way, is a really cool experience to have an aircraft pass over this low. Everyone in the resort, they look up, they smile, and they wave. And it's a fun thing the whole resort does together. Waves whenever it passes. Now you have to remember also, this is not DFW Airport, JFK Airport, Atlanta, where you're having a ton of different aircraft come out of different runways every moment, right? There's only one runway at this airport there in Montego Bay, and sometimes the days are busier than others. But in general, yes, a few times a day you're going to have some aircraft pass over very, very low, and also have some smaller regional aircraft in and out as well. So if you are someone that can accept that as a fun thing, you'll enjoy the resort. If you're someone where you don't want any type of aircraft noise whatsoever, this will not be the property for you. Question number 2. What advantages does a butler suite give me at this resort? So I guess, this type of question honestly is a question that you could be asked about any of the Sandals resorts that has butler suites. But in particular here at Sandals Montego Bay, definitely having a butler, it elevates the stay. Is it something that you absolutely need? No, it isn't. However, for those that want to splurge a little bit, have a more inclusive experience, have an experience which has elements that they may or may not have expected before, a butler can definitely help with that. But in general, you can expect priority restaurant reservations. You can expect them to be able to make sure you have your favorite drink every day when you want it, that you have a stocked cooler of your favorite beverages that is with you in the resort where you want to be, with your preferred seating allocated for you by the pool, by the beach. Or maybe you want to have a private romantic dinner inside of your suite at no extra cost. That can be set up by a butler for you from any of the restaurants in the resort. So that's just something to remember there, that there's a lot of personalization that can come with the butler experience. But if that's outside of your budget, you're still going to have a great trip, because keep in mind that no matter which of the tiers you're staying at Sandals, it is a premium all-inclusive experience, meaning that everyone is going to have access to a lot of different things, all of the restaurants, of course, all of the top shelf beverages, all of the entertainment, the activities, all of the core things that make up a great Sandals stay. Question number 3, which rooms have the best beachfront and oceanfront views? Okay, so for me, that is going to probably be the M1, which is going to be a beachfront millionaire suite. So this has a nice elevated view. It's a sizable suite. It's very, very comfortable. It has a lot of the renovations to it recently that have came across the brand. They've been put into this particular suite. So you have a nice, modern, refreshed suite, and you also have a really great position in the resort with a great view. Also, if you are someone that likes swim out function, usually in the same building actually, it's going to be on the bottom floor for swim outs. You're going to have the SM1B, and that's going to be a swim up millionaires type of suite there. And so it's going to have a lot of the similar design elements to it, but of course it's going to swim out, and it's in a lagoon that is right there along the beach. So you swim out into a private lagoon for that building that is going to be just literally a stone's throw to the beach in front of you there. So both of those are really great options if you like to be very close to the beach and want to have a great view. Question number 4 is, what does this term mean? Stay at one, play at all. So this is a term that Sandals uses to say that when you're staying at one of their resorts, you can have access to other local Sandals as well. So for example, when you are staying at Sandals Montego Bay, technically you can have access to any of the Sandals on the island with the exception of Sandals World Plantation and Dunn River. But it's not necessarily so practical because Jamaica is a sizable island. However, you might have heard me mention earlier, there's Sandals Royal Caribbean, which is literally a few, like 3, 4, maybe 5 if you're lucky, minutes down the road. And so those two resorts have a great ability to stay and play, as we call it. And there's a shuttle that runs between those two resorts. So when you're staying at either Sandals Montego Bay or Sandals Royal Caribbean, you can simply hop on that shuttle, which goes very often, and you can go back and forth. So you have double of the amenities, double dining, double entertainment, double whatever you want is there for you. And there are definitely different vibes too at these two properties. So you can wake up and see which of the properties best suits what you're hoping to experience for that day. And you can go and maximize that day at your selected property. Question number 5, how do dining options at Sandals Montego Bay compare to the other Sandals resorts? So I'm going to say that it's very competitive. And in particular, my favorite dining concept across the Sandals portfolio is called Butch's. And only a handful of Sandals resorts have this. So Butch's Chop House, we also have a slight other variant of it, Butch's Island Chop House, and Butch's Steak and Seafood, which we see at other Sandals properties. So Butch's is at Sandals Montego Bay, and whenever this property had the really big refurbishment that happened a handful of years ago, this was brought in. So we're talking a really nice selection of steaks, of seafood, really high quality sides, great desserts, and of course a really, really nice ambiance, in my opinion, very romantic ambiance in there. So if you are someone that is a steak and seafood lover, and if it's a lobster season and you want a surf and turf filet mignon with lobster tail on top, one of my favorite dishes out there, that is the place that you could have it here. And so Butch's Chop House in fact, in terms of the island itself, it's only one of 2 places on the island of Jamaica that has this Butch's Chop House. And so I would say that for steak and seafood lovers, this is a great place to be. And so I would say dining definitely is very competitive here to answer that question. The next question is this a resort where there's an overwater chapel? So yes, there is an overwater chapel here at Sandals Montego Bay, and it is a really, really gorgeous chapel. So there's a variety of uses for that. The most common use will be weddings, but I also like to mention something that's often very neglected by a lot of Sandals guests, vow renewals. most couples are going to Sandals for romance. And for those of you who are already married or have had some ceremony in the past, what better way and what better place to do a renewal of your love together than at Sandals, than in paradise. So that's something where our clients, we always encourage them to consider having a vow renewal. It's called a retie the knot ceremony, and it does come at an additional charge, but it's actually a very, very small charge. I compare it to what weddings cost and what ceremonies like in North America would cost. Oh my goodness, it's fractional of that. It's a tiny cost. So, and it comes with a lot, a very nice private ceremony, your own private reception, your own custom cocktails, and other wonderful amenities as well. So that's a great place where you can do that also. And you could literally have a wonderful private ceremony, this gorgeous over the water chapel together. So that chapel is there. It's also a great place to go and get some photos at sunset. And so that's something to remember. The back of it is really, really gorgeous in terms of the ocean views. So even if it's not being occupied, if you're not using it, you can definitely go and still walk on that boardwalk to that chapel and go and see it. It's really cool with the glass floor. And of course, as I said, a great place for photos, both not only of the ocean, but also turning backwards if you want a photo of the resort itself. Question number 7, how is the water here? And is it suitable for water sports? Is it calm or rough waters? Okay, so the water at just about every Sandals resort is going to be quite smooth. And that's because these locations are selected for that. And the ones that have little rough waters actually have water breakers that are put out there quite a ways from the shore to break the waves and make sure that the rest of the water and the tide that's coming inwards is nice and calm. So yes, this property has really, really nice calm water, and there's a lot of water sports there, both motorized and non-motorized. So if you are someone that wants to do the adventurous water skiing, for example, yes, you can have that included there at Sandals Montego Bay. Or if you just want to go out with the love of your life in a kayak and just have a nice calm kayak together, that option is available for you as well, and everything in between. The next question is, what about nightlife and entertainment? What's it like at this property? So at this property, the nightlife, it'll change nightly. I would say some nights is going to be more lively than others, but there's a lot of things happening in different places in the resort as well. And of course, keep in mind that you can ask your butler if you have a butler, or the concierge for Club Sandals, or you can also, of course, ask the front desk for a copy of what entertainment is happening over at the other resort, Sandals Royal Caribbean. And if you have the Sandals app, chances are you'll be able to see that on there as well. And so you do have double the options when it comes to entertainment. Some of the things you can expect is there's beach parties. If you are returning guests, there's of course the returning guest dinner that every resort has. There's a lot of couples game shows that happen at this resort. There's a Broadway karaoke night, and also the pub at this resort gets very lively just about every evening of the week there. So if you are someone that enjoys a good pub atmosphere in the evening, you of course can experience that. Question number 9 is, does this resort have a dedicated Club Sandals lounge? So yes, there is a lounge that's dedicated for the Club Sandals and the Butler Elite guests there. So for Club Sandals guests, they would check in here, and for Butler Elite guests, they would be picked up during check-in by their butler there, and then would finish the check-in process in their suite. So this is going to be a really nice, comfortable lounge where you can relax, you can have a drink, you can have a snack, and you have a dedicated team of concierges in there to help you. So yes, this is where you would check in and check out if you are staying in those room categories, but also this is where you can check out board games. It's where you can go and get some advice. You can make some priority restaurant reservations and things like that. So there's always someone to assist in there, and of course, plenty of games and just a nice relaxing ambiance as well. And question number 10 is a question specifically to me of what is my favorite feature at Sandals Montego Bay. And I know exactly what my answer is for that. My answer is Latitudes Over the Water Bar. So this is going to be a bar which you walk along a boardwalk to get to, and then it's going to be kind of a circular structure. Maybe it's hexagonal. I don't actually remember how many sides, but that definitely has a lot of sides to it. And the sides actually have hammocks hanging off of them. So not only is it a great place to get a drink, and also in the evening, by the way, the fire pits there along that boardwalk come alive and are absolutely stunning. But my favorite thing is not any of that. It's not having a drink there in that bar, and it's not going and seeing the fire pits, which are gorgeous, but it's actually waking up early in the morning and going and watching a sunrise from the hammock. So the first wonderful thing about this is because of the way it's positioned and how hammocks are all around it, it's a great place to lay in a hammock at sunset or at sunrise. So you can have both of those there. But at sunrise in particular, when the resort is quiet and the bar is closed, and you can lay in a hammock there and literally watch the resort slowly come to life, watch the sun slowly rise. And usually, in my experience, the sunrises there are gorgeous. So if you want a really nice, relaxing way to start your day, grab a cup of coffee, walk down to Latitude's Over the Water bar for a sunrise and experience that just once. And I think you'll find that as peaceful and as tranquil as I do. So there we have it. Those are the top 10 most frequently asked questions that I get asked about Sandals Montego Bay Resort. I thank you so much for stopping by this channel, Mr. TraveLux. Again, any questions you have, or if you want to make sure that you have the best deal, you can reach out hello@ReliantDestinations.com. Again, that's hello@ReliantDestinations.com. Please do take a moment to like this video and subscribe for endless more content about everything sandals and beaches. And we cannot wait to see you back here on the channel to be of assistance to you, and perhaps sometime we'll even see you in one of these resorts. Take care.